guys, this is Stormouse03. Welcome to my walkthrough for Deus Ex Mankind Divided on I Never Asked for This difficulty. We will also be getting Foxiest of the Hounds and Pacifist on this run. This is mission 4. And so the first thing that you need to do is head to the subway and take the subway train to the destination that it tells you to go to, which is this, I don't even want to try to pronounce it, but it's in the top left. So once you get there, I went ahead and clipped out the little lengthy train ride. You just want to make sure that you go on the left all the time. I was forever wondering why I was getting stopped by police when I was playing this through before, and it turns out it's because when you exit the place, you have to exit on the left as well. I thought you only had to enter on the left, or enter on the right. But whatever, that's that. Before we head to the destination, I'm going to just show you a couple of little places where you can get some things and stuff and XP and level up a bit and all that good stuff. As I've said in the previous missions, I do this a ton here at the beginning and not very much after. I would say after we go to Golem City, there's not very much of this exploration stuff. You know, there's maybe picking up the thing or two that's on the path, but there's very little of this stuff after that. So I kind of stack it here at the beginning. And I went ahead and left this in just to show you guys a couple of spots, you know, just so that we're kind of on the same page and so you know what you can and can't do. Something that I will say, if you're gonna do this exploration business, you should do it now, you know, at the beginning of the game where everything is kind of open to you, or most areas are sort of open to you, and you don't have to worry too much about getting in trouble. Once you hit the last section of the game, everything gets to be basically a red area where police are everywhere and you can't go anywhere, and it just makes things a lot more complicated. And so you definitely want to explore while you have the opportunity. Something else that this does is just give you a little boost at the beginning. The beginning sections are probably, or at least the first challenging sections. So the section in Golem City, for example, will be the first and probably most challenging area of the game, other than the final area. And so anything that you can do to give yourself a little bit of a boost is good. And so there was lots of good stuff in this little lockup. So this is definitely a good little find here. I pick up a lot of these pocket secretaries and look at them. Just a cursory glance, really. I'm not really reading them. Obviously, I don't read that fast. I'm not a speed reader, but I do that just in case there are any codes or anything on them, that if for whatever chance I come across a door that code is used for, I'll have it unlocked and kind of showing up automatically, because the more you can do stuff like that, the better, because you don't have to rely on hacking, and that's always a good thing, because with hacking, even if it's a quote-unquote easy hack, so a level 1 security hack, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's easy, and it doesn't mean that you can't fail it. So you come out so we went in the tube house and we came out the store across the way, and then there's just one other little pit stop to make on the way to where we are going. You see those number 33 apartments to our left. There are a couple of things in there that you can do and that we will do a little bit later on. There's also a vendor that you can sell stuff to. So if you need to go sell some things, you can do so. We're going up here to the roof of this little building here. And it's funny because a lot of the stuff that I did here at the beginning was kind of similar to the path that I took when I was collecting all the ebooks in the run where I did all of that. So a good many of those ebooks you'll see me pick up just because it's 100 points each, so why not? I'm sure that there are folks who have discovered all of the codes for some of these doors, for like the garage doors and the lockups and the computers and all of that stuff. I have some of them that I wrote down, but definitely not all of them. So I do hack a bit that you will see. And I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal because you can always just safety save before you hack something. So then if you mess up, you can back out. It's helpful to have the codes if you can, but I don't know. I think it would have taken me 1,000,000 years to make this guide if I was trying to go through and discover every single code that was possible to find and scour the internet and all that stuff. In that vent to the left, the little fan is a place that you can punch the wall out, and that'll take you into the building that we're going to be heading into. And that's a little shortcut that will be useful a little bit later, but obviously we don't have that augmentation yet because it's not necessary quite yet. And the way that I structured this thing was to not buy anything until I felt like it was a requirement for me. So that doesn't mean that you can't purchase it. And I'm setting this up so that you will have some excess praxis kits, some extra praxis kits, so that, you know, you can build yourself up a little bit more even than I do. And I figure that gives you guys, the folks who I'm doing this for, a little bit more flexibility. If I can do it with a few less praxis kits, then you will be able to do it with more. So I'm going to show you a couple of things in here, and then I'm going to clip out a lot of my exploration. I wanted to make sure that I show you the praxis kit that's in here, because I think that's the most important thing that you can find. There's also, you know, some ebooks around. There's just crafting parts, lots of alcohol, different things, but the most important thing that you're gonna want to pick up is in here, and it's gonna be up on the top there in that medical box. You're gonna want to jump onto the counter and then kind of angle yourself. It's a little bit finicky, but to get into that medical box, and there's your praxis kit. And so now I'm going to cut out a lot more of the just random picking up of stuff and take you to where we need to go to the mission. So when you come over to the stairs, if you crouch down and go underneath them, there is a little vent here, and you can use that to get into this room. And you can also hack the door to get into this room, but this is safer because it does not require hacking. There's a bunch of stuff, and then there's the NSN key card, which will be super helpful. And again, lots of stuff in this building, in this section. I'm not showing you everything, obviously, because I'm pretty sure you guys can loot stuff. I just wanted to show you the major points of interest. So I'm going to clip out a little bit here as well, and then take us into the rest of the mission. So when you come up to this NSN server's door, it's to the left of where you came up the stairs. You can use a key card and just go right in. And that makes things a little bit easier. Then you can jump up here. And all of this is to bypass hacking. I figure if I can do stuff without hacking, that will be the best way to show you guys to do it, because that means it's the safest way. Because there's no chance to fail. So we're going to pick up a couple of things, and then we are going to head over. Make sure all the doors are unlocked. And head over and put this chip into the server. Or chip reader, I guess it is. The whisper chip. The something or another that allows them to tap into the comms is what that's for. And that's pretty effectively the mission over. That was the quote-unquote difficult part, was finding your way in there without having to hack or get caught. And just to get a little bit of XP, we don't need to do this, but we can. Go through the vent here and we'll get a little bit of an exploration bonus, which is nice. And this is another way into that room. If you didn't have the key card, then that's another way in. You have a conversation with Miller, and then you have a few goodies that you pick up from him, and that is the end of mission 4. And so I am just going to show you a couple of other things. I'm going to take you down to the shooting range. I'm not going to show you the shooting range mission. That's important right there. That was one of those multi-tools. So those are pretty useful because there are some high-level safes that it's just less hassle when you have a couple of those things on hand. And so we'll go down to the shooting range. That's one of the points of interest missions, and it's basically just a tutorial showing you how to use your guns, how to switch ammo, how to craft parts and upgrade them and stuff like that. And so it tutorializes it for you, and so you don't need me really to show you how to do it, I do not think. But it does give you a little bonus of XP, because that was what, like 350 just for entering this area. There are a couple of items to loot down here, and then once you get done with the mission, you get another good chunk of XP. And so I'm going to clip out right here doing the actual shooting range, because like I said, it's a tutorial. You guys can handle it. I'm just going to show you how we finish it up. And so there you go, another 750 points, and that's that done. And so that is the end of mission 4, guys. These first few missions are not too terrible. I think really just finding the sneaky paths and making sure that you have the right augmentations and stuff like that are really the key to these ones here at the beginning. But we are rapidly approaching missions that are more difficult, more complicated, and the more that we can beef ourselves up with points and praxis kits and augs and everything like that, the better off we are going to be. And so that is the goal. So I will see you guys in mission 5. Thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful. And I'll see you in the next one.